Rapper and Chicagoan Twista is in studio. He'll tell us about his new partnership with Remy Martin. Plus, we'll show you a pasta recipe featuring Chef Goosby's secret sauce. And The Amateur, starring Rami Malek, is out today. Film critic Richard Roper will tell us if it's a spend or save. Now, here's your host, Val Warner, and guest co-host, Diane Pathieu.
Welcome to Windy City Weekend. Ryan has the day off, so filling in is ABC 7 traffic anchor and my morning buddy, Diane Pathieu.
I'm so happy to be sitting next to you.
Thank you. I'm happy to have you.
And we have been talking about, I can't even tell you how long we've been talking about it. I said, Val, pick me. I want to co-host with you. Pick me.
She's actually not telling the truth. She only said it once in passing.
I feel like
but I will say this, when Windy City Live, as we all know and love it, went away and I joined the morning team, Diane was one of the first people to take me in your office. See, I don't forget stuff. Take me in your office and you talked to me all about how you used to watch Windy City Live every day as a reporter here in the station. And our paths never crossed. So how did I know that you love this show? Of course, I saw you reporting when I was at home getting ready to come to Windy City Live. And then fast forward all these years and here we are together.
But that's not even the real true story. The real true story is I've been watching Val when Val used to work at someplace else, doing traffic somewhere else.
Right. They recently put that on your show too. You can't say the other station.
I mean, I have loved her since then, and I'm like, I just want to talk to this woman. I feel like we're going to have a lot to say to each other, and sure enough.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So, Diane, you have been at ABC 7 how many years now?
It's going to be 13 in December. Can you believe that? I know,
years.
13 in December. It just flew by.
And I mean, and you literally climbed the ranks here.
I was
in the
freelance reporter. Shift was everywhere. Then I slid into the weekend mornings, and all of a sudden I was anchoring weekend mornings and filling in, and then Monday to Friday, and then traffic filling in, and then, you just kind of, and then here we are.
And then here we are.
Bless her heart, and I slid into her very big footsteps.
And now you can say Windy City Weekend.
And now I can say
guest co-host. You can put that on your resume. So let's get to what we do best and what you love is host chat. This first topic, it's very interesting because we all know AI is taking over everything.
Yes.
I mean, it's all the talk, right? Yes. ChatGPT. So the question is, and this topic was raised recently, would you use ChatGPT for therapy? Now, of course, the average cost for a therapist is like $100 to $200 according to experts. So, that industry is saying, no, you need to go to a traditional therapist.
Right.
But a lot of folks can't afford therapy, as we know it, in the traditional form, and have turned to ChatGPT to ask for advice or go through therapy sessions. Would you ever consider using ChatGPT?
So I wanted to read more about this because I'm like, why wouldn't a therapist, except for the obvious, look, we know the obvious reasons, right? They want to get paid. But what was the real reasoning behind them saying you need to be in front of somebody? And they said that human-to-human contact is what's therapeutic. And I don't know if that's true anymore after the pandemic. I think, in fact, it's reversed. I think people operate better on their own now, seeking their own information, research, advice, whatever, more than that person to person. I think things have changed. And so would I ask Chat? I think I would.
I agree with you. That's one thing I feel like the pandemic taught us, period. I mean, that life as we knew it doesn't have to be life as we know now. I mean, work from home, going to therapy online with an AI robot. It is a weird concept to think about. Like, who am I talking to? Who's giving me this advice? So I decided to try it. I had a little situation.
And this is a true story. I mean, this is not, like, she's not making this up. She
No,
need to do this.
No, actually. So I have a situation where a friendship became fragmented, let's just say that. And I think about the person all the time. I made a few attempts to reach out. Hasn't really been reciprocated. It's not horrible. It's friendly in terms of just speaking, but it's nothing like what it used to be.
It's different.
But I keep thinking, like, should I reach out again? And I don't know. This is something that I would go to a therapist for, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save $250 and just go to ChatGPT. So,
and it said to you,
ChatGPT says, that's a surprisingly relatable story. It's wild how something as small as ... can be really about something deeper. But honestly, these kinds of fallouts are rarely about the thing and more about timing, emotions, boundaries, and unspoken expectations. And it sounds like this one left a mark on you. First, just reflect back on you. You've already made attempts to make amends. That takes a lot. You cared enough to try more than once. That says a lot about you. So the question becomes, what would reaching out again be for? Is it closure? Is it hope that maybe this time is different? Or is it a sense of unfinished business still tugging at you? If you do reach out again, I recommend something like this. I'm not going to read you what they suggested, but I think that's pretty sound advice from a robot.
That's very good. Very good, because listen to what it's saying to you. You think about why you're doing this. I want you. So it really is saying, I'm going to give you some suggestions, but you're going to have to come up with your answer. Did you come up with your answer?
Yeah, no, not yet. I think I need more ChatGPT. I think I need more ChatGPT
But the whole
sessions.
moral of the story is you tried it and you were happy with it.
Yeah, I would definitely go back to ChatGPT and ask, just even in a pickle, for something that maybe I'm struggling to say or articulate,
Right.
or a sentiment that I want to express that, I can't get into. I do have a therapist, but I can't maybe get in touch with them,
Sure.
And get an appointment. I think this is a good go-to. I really do. All right, let's talk about this.
I love this.
This is a good one. So there's a mom-to-be whose in-laws say it's very traditional for the boys in the family that are born to be named after the grandfather. So the mother-in-law wants the soon-to-be grandchild to be named John or Henry. Well, the parents,
Right. Parents.
right, both the mom and the mom,
And
the
the
mom
dad
to be,
and the son.
right, the mother's son,
Right.
don't want John or Henry as a name. In fact, they've already picked another name and they were going to surprise the family with a name once the baby got here. Well, mother-in-law comes to visit. She's got treats, she's got gifts, and she's got Henry embroidered on a lot of the gifts. So what does the mom-to-be do?
Look, it's her baby. If she has to, I'm sorry. If she has to carry that baby for 9 months, she's the one who's got to get it out of her body. She gets to choose the name. And especially if the father of the baby is also on board with her.
That part.
She's saying, I don't want to name my kid
Yeah.
the traditional.
They want to break the family tradition.
Yeah, like
and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that older generations should enforce newer generations to hold on to those traditions.
And they did come up with a solution. I believe the couple said, we'll put that as the baby's middle name. Like Henry or John is the middle name.
Right.
I think that's kind of like, I would think that that's a good solution. That's a perfect
That's
solution
a
to
great
solve,
compromise.
right? But the problem is the mother-in-law side, well, I'll just call him John and Henry. It's like, oh.
See, I think the mother-in-law should lighten up. Lighten up, Francis. I think, you've had,
serious.
right, you did
It's not
your
your
thing.
kid.
It's not. So, that is a tricky one. But tell us what you think online. We're curious to see what you say on Instagram. All right, before we take a break, you want to tell folks about something?
What do I want to tell you about? Yeah,
Right.
we want to know about a new opportunity. Let you know about a new opportunity. So we're excited to offer you, the viewer, a chance to win a very special trip to attend a taping of Tamron Hall's Mother's Day show. This includes a fully funded trip to New York, hotel accommodations, a Visa gift card, and so much more. So to learn about how to enter for your chance, this would be a nice mom surprise if you do this, right? To learn more about this giveaway, head on over to abc7chicago.com/promotions.
All right, coming up, quick break here. Rapper and Chicago legend Twista is in the house. He's going to tell us a little bit more about his new partnership with Remy Martin.
And later, film critic Richard Roper will tell us if the new series Your Friends and Neighbors is worth a watch.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Oh, the sun is out in Chicago, even though it is still cold out there. All right, he is a Grammy-nominated rapper and one of Chicago's most beloved natives.
And he is here live to tell us about his new partnership with Remy Martin on the This Is My City campaign. Welcome, Twista! Hello!
How y'all doing?
It's so good.
Welcome back, I should say.
Thank you.
Have we seen you since the pandemic in person? I know I have,
once,
but just here on the show.
maybe once. I think no, not since the pandemic.
Right. Well, welcome home.
Yeah,
I'm talking about here at One Day City Live. Twista, I just will say this: it is very fragrant on this desk right now because of this Remy Martin Cognac Fine Champagne. What is this collaboration and this partnership all about?
I know it smells good.
It
too.
does sound good, especially on a Friday morning, okay?
Well, Remy Martin is doing a campaign called "This Is My City," and it's to give a grant, like a $20,000 micro grant, to a talented up and coming artist, musician, talented person.
20,000 just in one person, or they're going to be split?
They're going to be, well, one person for this city, the next city.
20 grand for that
20
one.
grand.
That's amazing.
And you know, for Chicago, I'll be the mentor for the winner, which we're gonna kill it too. You know, and I'm glad to be a part of it. They're doing it in Chicago, New York, Atlanta. You know, so it's gonna be pretty big.
But here's the thing with Chicago, we come up with some real legends in this town.
For
So
sure.
tell me, what are you seeking for? What do you hope that person gains from working with you?
I hope this is like a launch for their career or just their dreams in general, because I'm always willing and down for somebody, you know, going for theirs, and I'm looking for opportunities or happy when I see them get something like, ooh, they received an opportunity. So for Remy to be doing this, me coming up, knowing how I came up, I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for a new up-and-coming artist, entrepreneur, somebody that's in this field to make it. So I was definitely down to be a part of it.
Let's talk about you coming up here in Chicago. South side or west side?
West Side.
West side.
Both, but West Side.
Right. Talk about your upbringing in Chicago and just why Chicago is still so near and dear to your heart. I know it's home, but
Oh, yeah.
it's different. Like, people from Chicago are different.
Yeah, Chicago has that feel, you know, I mean, Shaka Khan, Buddy Guy, I mean, we could go on and on. Bernie Mac, we could just go on and on, you know. So it's so much happening with the city. I'm so proud to be a part of it. And I think if people really knew the history of Chicago, they would really understand how much of an impact we had on the country, you know.
Yeah.
I want you to reach out to they might not be watching young people, but maybe their parents are.
Mhm.
And I want their parents to tell them about this situation, because this is a huge opportunity, a step up to get them to possibly their future.
Yeah.
What would you say to those young people to encourage them to seek you out and get this done?
Keep going. Keep going. I would want you to keep going, follow your dreams, follow your goals, write things down, and just chase, you know. And as far as this, it's the perfect opportunity. You know, you want to do it fast too, because I think today is like the last day for Chicago, like at 6 p.m. So you want to sign up fast.
It's funny you say the word fast, because in the commercial break we were talking about literally you holding the world record for being the fastest rapper in the world. I mean, we won't say that it's been broken, but you held that record for how long?
And what was it, like 583 or what
It was a long time. It was almost 600 syllables.
Wow.
Where did that come from? And what age, how old were you when you first realized, ooh, I can do this, this is different, and it's going to take me places?
Maybe like 15, 16 years old, and I started to try to create like a different rap style or something that was different from everybody else's. And then I started little syllables and cadences up and just got better and better at it.
You must have had a lot of good core work, because if you got to do all of those, and how many breaths you say?
You know, you gotta, you know,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
my brother D.A. Smart, another rapper from Chicago, he used to tell me, you know, come from here, from the
The
diaphragm.
diaphragm.
The diaphragm,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, you can't have too much of
Yeah,
this.
so we talk about the alcohol? You want to tell us about the
I'm
drinks?
tired of smelling it. I'm tired of
seriously.
me about it. So do you
Tell us-
have
yeah, tell us
any
about
influence or say in
Oh,
the
my.
product or whatsoever?
Well, no, Remy has always just been a great product overall.
Yes.
So I was definitely down to be a part of it. It's always smelled good to me, you know, and I think you with this particular bottle, it's a special one, because with the box you can scan the QR code so that you can sign up for this too as well. So, you know, but this smells
I
good.
mean,
So outside of this partnership, what else have you been up to? What are you working on?
Just a new project right now. Definitely working on a new project
Okay.
with some other brothers from Chicago. It's kind of top
In
secret.
the rap world? Oh,
In the
it's
rap
top
world.
secret.
Yeah, you know them. I'll tell you about it.
Oh, so you're gonna make the exclusive drop here on Windy City Weekend, though, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, we
Of course.
cheers to your future endeavors and the future endeavor of the person who wins this.
For sure.
Cheers.
Let's do it.
Cheers. And look, I like how your pinky is out.
Sir.
You gotta do that.
When you
Yes,
drink
sir.
your Remy, you just.
Yep.
That's class.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Oh, mother, may I? That's good.
Yeah.
That'll help you sing and rap and do whatever you need to do right there.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Twister, for stopping by. We love you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
so much for all of this. This is a huge opportunity for
I really
somebody to
appreciate
help.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. As
Before I
said,
let you go, real quick, who in Chicago do you want to collab with that you haven't yet?
In Chicago that I
Oh, maybe not even Chicago.
that I
Who's
have.
up and coming artists that you want to collab with that you haven't yet? That you see out there, you're like, I want to do something with them.
It's a bunch of them, but
Ooh.
just off the top, Jada Kiss.
Okay.
Kids.
Me and Jadakiss have never been in the studio getting it in.
Okay,
So,
not
I know.
Kendrick or Drake.
Of course, I love Kendrick, Drake, all of those artists, but definitely Jadakiss. That's one of my favorite rappers.
You
Okay.
heard it right here. So if you are a local creative, by the way, you still have time to apply, as Twista said, for This Is My City microgrant to receive $20,000. Head on over to our website, abc7chicago.com for more information, and good luck to you.
This is something I'm going to say for one of our upcoming guests, Richard Roper. I think he might enjoy this. See, I always thinking about you, Richard. All right, coming up next, a special pasta recipe including Chef Goolsby's secret sauce.
And Oscar winner Rami Malek stars in the new film The Amateur. Richard Roper, as we just mentioned, will tell us if it's a spend or a save. We'll be right back.
This segment was produced with and sponsored by Alessi.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So with spring quickly approaching, you're going to love this segment. Most people are looking for new, fresh recipes. I didn't tell you that she lives in the kitchen as well.
Oh, well, have you ever been to Cermak Fresh Market?
I have.
Headed to Cermak Fresh Market. Love it. I'm Diversity Pulaski to learn more about Chicago and Jennifer Goolsby's secret sauce pasta.
Hey guys, I'm Jennifer Goolsby and I am a Chicago mom, very busy mom, and so I'm here to teach you a very fresh recipe for the springtime. This is my super simple secret sauce, and we're going to be using Alessi products today. You're straight from Italy, and your quality is going to be as good as your food, I hope. So let's get started. This recipe is incredibly simple. Fresh onions, Alessi whole peeled tomatoes from the San Marzano region, and butter. As my pot is boiling with some hot water for our pasta, I'm going to cut 3 onions cut in half. You're going to peel your onion. You're putting the whole half into the sauce. 2 cans of the San Marzano Alessi tomatoes. Dump them straight on in. Now, it's 5 tablespoons of butter per 1 can. So you're going to be using 10 tablespoons of butter. Now, the key with this sauce is boil it and then let it simmer for a while. So it just kind of like stews and gets really flavorful. Now you want a nice rolling boil. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in, and then you're going to put your noodles in for 7 to 10 minutes. Right now is at the level of where we're going to remove the onions. What we want is like the flavor of the onions. We don't want the actual onions, okay? You're going to use a food mill. This you can get for like $20 on Amazon. The reason we use this over like a immersion blender is we don't want the seeds and the skin and all that stuff in our sauce. This is how simple and easy it is. Add a little bit of salt to it, add a little fresh ground pepper to it. All right, friends, you're gonna have a delicious sauce, nice and yummy. You're gonna put this on top, shave some fresh Parmesan on top, and maybe a little fresh basil. There you have it. This is my super simple secret recipe, which is now going to be your secret recipe, made with Alessi products, fresh, quick, and delicious.
That is our director, Davis's lovely better half. We should say, Davis, you got to be so proud. And you can find the full recipe for the secret sauce pasta on our website, abc7chicago.com.
And it looks easy.
I know, easy enough for me, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it looks easy.
You can say yes, easy enough for you. You know right now I'm not one for the kitchen. All right, time to talk movies and TV with our friend and film critic, Richard Roper. You see what a giver I am?
You always look out for me, Val.
I got you.
Thank you so much. Diane, great to see
You
you as
too.
well. Notice I'm kind of speaking a little more
You're very
low-key and mellow right now.
That's supposed to make you the fastest film critic in the world.
Well, let's go, let's do it, let's go.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's talk about this one. This first one, Oscar winner Rami Malek plays a mild-mannered CIA tech expert who vows to get revenge on the terrorist who killed his wife. Rich, what did you think about The Amateur?
Oh, this is a big spend. It's not very realistic, but it reminds me of those thrillers from the 90s, you know, really slick, great looking. You got Rami Malek, you got John Bernthal there, Lawrence Fishburne, so you have all these A-list actors. It's an over-the-top action movie, you know, where he's going to get revenge on the bad guys. We know how it's going to turn out, but it's really high-quality, slick B-movie stuff.
And he does, like, the tech angle, the tech acting stuff. He does really well.
You would believe that Rami Malek is that computer guy, the
Right.
IT guy that has to get tough and get his
Yeah.
revenge.
Yeah, exactly right. All right. Next is another new theater release this week. Drop is about a widowed mother who goes on a first date that turns terrifying. Spender safe.
Diane, this is a spend. Now, this one's even more ridiculous. Now, you see that shot right there? You can tell it's Chicago in the background. Now, a couple weeks ago, we talked about a movie called The Working Man with Jason Statham, which was set in Chicago, but filmed in England. This one's set in Chicago and filmed in Ireland. What's next? Scotland, Greenland? You know, so it's because of tax breaks and things
Yeah,
like that.
cheaper.
So it's about this woman. She's on a date, and drop is for like a digital airdrop, you know. And she starts getting messages saying, if you don't kill your date, we're going to kill your family.
Wow.
So it's one of those crazy, over the top. Almost all of it takes place right there, and it's a fictional restaurant, but kind of like a new take on an old Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Wow.
And that's Megan Faye. She was in season 2 of The White Lotus.
yeah.
She's terrific in this
Very
one.
good.
I gotta catch up on that White Lotus. I'm so behind.
Oh.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, John Hamm. I just love him. He
Yes.
plays a disgraced hedge fund manager in Your Friends and Neighbors who resorts to robbing his wealthy neighbors for much needed cash, but ends up discovering many dark secrets about them. What are we doing with this, Red?
Another spin. John Hamm, he looks like he wakes up in a suit or a tux and just rolls out of bed, right? He perfectly suited for this role, but it's kind of an opposite take on the Don Draper character. This is set in modern times. He's a rich guy who loses everything and then has to become a high-class, high-end thief.
Ooh.
She just gave us 3 spins.
I know.
Where do we break?
That was just for you.
Yeah.
That was for you.
That was a gift.
Yeah.
You know what? We've actually been on a roll with our
Yeah,
movies.
a lot of good
Last
stuff
couple
lately.
weeks, Yeah.
Streaming as well as in the theaters. Good stuff.
All right.
All
well,
good
Drew
stuff.
Rufford, thank you so much. Clearly, have a good weekend. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Beautiful shot of Wacker Drive. The sun is out. It's cold, but that's okay because we can deal with it because we have the sunshine. We are just about out of time.
I
What'd
can't believe
you think of your
It's
first
so, it
visit?
goes so fast and it's so fun and just everybody that's moving around in and out. It's just so the energy is good.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
good.
And you learned something in this half an hour, Missy. You learned a new recipe.
I did.
Because I alluded to the fact, if you watch us in the mornings, and we're together every single day in a similar format for our 7 a.m. newscast, we're in the kitchen, we're chit-chatting, we're talking about hot topics and top
Yes.
talkers, but Diane loves the kitchen. So is that something that a Leslie recipe
So
that you'll
to
make?
me, whenever you do a one-potter, I always think, especially for moms that are busy, especially for families that just have a lot going on, a one-potter is always the best
Right.
way to go. The fact that she put the onions in the pot, let them sit there and took them out easy. You don't have to chop.
Had you ever thought about that
I've never
before?
thought about that before. You know, I normally go 15 extra steps, but if you can save all that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
No, who you
So
telling?
much, it's so much easier, and then you just pull it. I don't know. I just thought it was genius.
Yeah,
I didn't know about that machine thing she was using.
I
It was
didn't
great.
either. I made a one-pot meal last night that was delicious. Navy beans, sausage, and onions.
Oh,
That's it.
Easy.